Hello and welcome to what will be my penultimate video on reviewing the series Earth 2 by DC Comics. This is a part of the series, in my opinion, where it goes off its rails. And you can pretty much see what will happen from the cover of issue 17, where we have Batman on the cover. Batman, although he's not Bruce Wayne, and we know that the Bruce Wayne of this Earth has has died 5 years ago. So and it continues in the first page, as we see from the previous issue, that the evil Superman, who is loyal to Darkseid, has began destroying and conquering this Earth. He has already killed Steppenwolf, and what will happen in this issue, will get introduced into a new set of heroes. One of them is a female Red Tornado robot that has in its programming in the mind, the memories of the personality of Lois Lane, who also was dead. What is happening right now is in this stage of our story is that Superman, the forces of Apocalypse, are pretty much destroying what is left of the World Army and its heroes. And in the midst of this crisis, a new set of heroes appears, which are versions of the main DC heroes: Superman, Batman. We'll see down the line what's happening. This Batman is trying to infiltrate, and has already succeeded in infiltrating what is a secret base of the World Army called Arkham, where, as we see in the end of this issue, the super villains, the super criminals, the super powered evil beings of this Earth are being held in stasis. And meanwhile, from outside this building, this World Army facility, the evil Superman is attacking. The Batman succeeds in infiltrating, and he says he wants to rescue 3 persons. He's interested in 3 persons. He's not stopped by Lois Lane. They work together. The first one he frees is this lady. She's the Queen of Atlantis, Aqua Woman, she's called by some. Meanwhile, the Flash is trying to outrace Superman, but Superman catches him, and there is an interesting moment here. The Flash says, "I don't understand, why are you doing this? You were the best of us. I had your poster on my wall." Superman says, it's nice to meet a fan," and he snaps his ankle. So the old superheroes of this Earth, the superheroes we came to know through this series, are pretty much either crippled or presumed dead, or basically they're in the sidelines. And the second person Batman rescues is Jimmy Olsen, who is supposed to be in this Earth. He's a super tech processing unit. Although they don't outright say that he has superpowers, he's supposed to be a super hacker of some sort, and able to do anything with any electronic equipment. And the third person is the Joker, who Batman doesn't rescue, but instead murders brutally in his stasis chamber. We continue with issue 19. As you see, here we have basically Batman, who will soon find out who he is, Red Tornado, Lois Lane, and this Red Arrow. These are not Golden Age heroes. Well, basically, some of them are, but you know what I'm saying. Batman with his new allies, the Aquawoman and Jimmy Olsen, plus Lois Lane, Red Tornado, and this lady who has jumped um, in the focus of the story, who is just a guard there, a member of the World Army. Basically, we could say um, she's a version of what Sandman wasn't. A female version of the Sandman, you could say. What is happening? They discover that there is even something that even Batman didn't know. There is another level of prison underground where they go in and find this guy, a black man being held there for no particular reason that they know of, whilst the evil Superman is destroying Washington, the Washington Memorial and the White House, and pretty much everything. He's on a killing rampage, and the reveal comes 2 or 3 pages later when this black guy is starting to hurt, and the reason he's hurting is because Batman has some kryptonite on him. So it's obvious this is the new Kryptonian, the new soon-to-be Superman. I will mention this because in chronological order this came next, which is an annual, the second annual dedicated to the origin of this Batman. Basically, we find out 2 important things. This Batman is Thomas Wayne, who wasn't killed, as Bruce thought. And he now, on top of him being Batman, he also has access to the Miraculo Pill. And the reason he didn't, and they tell us a story where basically Thomas Wayne, before he had a family, he was involved with mobsters and they were sent to kill him, and that's why he disappeared, and young Bruce thought him dead. It's a nice Elseworlds Batman story you could build on. Nothing that, in my opinion, it's not something belonging to this Earth, to this universe, at least as it had begun. On the next issue, we continue on, and what is happening now is this new set of heroes who we are following have pretty much they're trying to escape. They are headed by Hawkgirl, and the super overpowerful Aquawoman, who has power over all water molecules in the air, or water inside of humans. She's pretty much powerful. They are trying to escape to Atlantis, to Themyscira, where they have another base. And meanwhile, we are finding out that this new Superman, he hasn't had his powers because he's not exposed to our yellow sun yet, and he doesn't want to hurt everybody, even if it means saving people. He's completely non-violent in a very stupid and not heroic way. And Lois is trying to convince him to start acting as a Superman. Another base, last-ditch holdout of the World Army, is being attacked in Russia, in Moscow. It is defended by the Atom, my favorite hero in this series, and very easily and and without much effort, the evil Superman cuts off the Atom's arm and leaves him there. Pretty much we are witnessing the destruction of the superheroes that were established in the previous 12 to 16 issues, and their replacement in the story by the new versions of the classical DC heroes: Superman, Batman, Lois Lane, if one can call her a hero character, we can call her a character. And after 5 or 6 issues, we see what used to be the guy who used to be, let's call him a protagonist back when the series started 20 issues ago, the Green Lantern, who was left for dead. The old heroes, they are in the sidelines, and the story is very much focused on this guy becoming a superhero, although his ideals do not make him do not seem to be able to make him a superhero. He's almost killed by the evil Superman, and the only reason he saved is because Lois, as a red tornado, intervenes and carries him off, and he carries her off to the Kent's house, because he has some sort of memory of his family, even though he's super evil. And the Kents are pretty much being held prisoners here. These issues, and in the end of this issue number 23, we have the death of poor Red Arrow, who never had a chance to develop as a character, or for us to know anything about him. So I will make this more I will elaborate on what went wrong with this series with the final issues, where it completely derails. But for me, this set of issues is the turning point where the series derails from its original content and is trying to become something else before it completely devolves into nothing. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much, and see you on the next video. Bye bye.